Welcome back, children. Let us continue with the line-wise paraphrasing of Act 3, Scene 1 of The Merchant of Venice. Salarino, line number 20. I would it might prove the end of his losses. So Salarino says, while talking to Salanio, that I wish this might prove to be the end of losses of Antonio. Salanio, let me say Amen betimes. So he says, let me quickly, betimes means immediately or at once, say Amen, which means be it so, that may your prayer be answered, lest the devil cross my prayer, before the devil might cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. So he says, let me quickly say Amen before the devil is able to cross it, because here the devil is coming in the form of a Jew, referring to Shylock. Enter Shylock. How now, Shylock? He says, well, Shylock, what news among the merchants? What is the latest news that you have got that is going on among the merchants? Shylock, you knew well, none so well as you, of my daughter's flight. So he says to Shylock says to Salanio that you knew very well about my daughter's plan to run away. You were very well aware of my daughter's plan of running away. Salarino, that's certain. He says, that's right. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal. He says, that is right. As far as I am concerned, I even knew the tailor from whom she got her uniform of a boy's servant stitched, by wearing which she ran away from your house. So I know the tailor who stitched her clothes in which she ran away. Salanio, and Shylock for his own part knew the bird was fledged. So Salanio says that as far as Shylock is concerned, he knew very well that his daughter was ready to run away. That means a bird was fledged, means a bird is ready to fly. That is, his daughter was ready to go away from home. And then it is the complexion of them all to leave the dam. Dam means the mother. Then he says that because it is the nature, complexion means the nature of all the birds, that when they grow up, they leave the nest of their mother. Here it is referring to Jessica, that as Jessica is grown up, it is the nature of all young girls that once they grow up, they leave the home of their mother and go away to start their own family. Shylock, she is damned for it. So Shylock says, well, my daughter Jessica is cursed for it. Salarino, that's certain, if the devil may be her judge. So Salarino says that is sure, if the devil himself would be her judge. Shylock, my own flesh and blood to rebel? Shylock says, I am really amazed that my own daughter who has my flesh and my blood flowing in her body, she has revolted against me. So Salarino says, there is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory. So Salarino says, well, there is more difference between thy means your flesh and her flesh, just like there is difference between the two colors. Jet means black and ivory refers to white. Just like there is total difference between black and white, there is total difference between your flesh and her flesh. More between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. In the same way, there is more difference between your blood and her blood. Your blood is like the cheap common red wine, whereas her blood is as precious as the expensive white German wine. Rhenish wine is the German wine. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no? He says, but by the way, tell us that have you heard any news that Antonio has faced a loss at sea or not? Shylock, there I have another bad match. He says, well, with Antonio, I have a very bad, poor bargain. A bankrupt. He is a bankrupt, a prodigal. Prodigal means a spendthrift. He is a spendthrift who dares scarce show his head on the Rialto. And now he scarcely dares to show his face at the Venetian Stock Exchange, that is the Rialto. A beggar. He says this Antonio is a beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mart. So he is a beggar now who used to come in a very self-satisfied manner onto the mart. Mart is the stock exchange, referring to the Rialto. Let him look to his bond. He says, now let Antonio take care of his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Wont means he was used to calling me a usurer. Usurer means a person who lends money by charging a high rate of interest. So let him look to his bond. He says, well, now let Antonio take care of his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. He says this Antonio was used to lending money to show Christian courtesy. That is, means he lent money to the people gratis without charging any interest as an act of Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond. He says, now well, let him take care of his bond. Salarino, why? I am sure if he forfeit, thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for? So Salarino says, why means well. He says, well, I am sure that if he forfeit, that means if Antonio fails to pay back your money in time, thou wilt means you will not take his flesh. You will not take the forfeiture, that is a pound of his flesh. What's that good for? What is it? What is Antonio's flesh good for you? Shylock, to bait fish withal. He says, well, I am going to use his flesh as a bait for catching the fish. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He says, if it does not satisfy, if 1 pound of Antonio's flesh does not feed, means does not satisfy anything else, but it will definitely satisfy my revenge. He hath disgraced me. Disgrace means insulted. He has insulted me and hindered me 500,000. Hindered means he has prevented me from making a profit of 500,000 ducats. Now, in what way he prevented him from making a profit of 500,000 ducats? Because he lent money to the people without charging any interest. So the people, instead of going to Shylock to borrow money, they went to Antonio. Thus, it made a loss for Shylock. Laughed at my losses. He says Antonio has made fun of my losses, mocked at my gains. Mocked means to laugh, and make fun of my gains means my profit. He made fun of my profit. Scorned my nation. Scorned over here means despised. Despised means when you hate someone and you have a strong feeling of causing harm to that person. So my nation over here means my Jewish race. He has despised my Jewish race. Thwarted my bargains. That is, he has interfered with my business ventures. Cooled my friends. He has reduced the number of my friends. Heated mine enemies. And he has increased the number of my enemies. And what's his reason? And he says, you know what the reason is for him to do this? First he asks the question, then he answers this. I am a Jew. He says he has done all this just because I am a Jew. Then he gives this famous speech. And what does he say? Hath not a Jew eyes? He says, does not a Jew have eyes? Hath not a Jew hands? Doesn't a Jew have hands? Organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions. He says, does not a Jew have hands? The organs, dimensions means all the bodily parts or the limbs. the sense organs, the feelings, emotions. Doesn't a Jew have all these? Fed with the same food, doesn't a Jew eat the same food as is eaten by the Christian? Hurt with the same weapons, doesn't a Jew get hurt with the same weapons as does a Christian? Subject to the same diseases, doesn't a Jew suffer from the same diseases as the Christian? Healed by the same means, doesn't a Jew get the healing touch by the same medicines? Warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? Doesn't a Jew feel cold in the winters and hot in the summers just like a Christian does? If you prick us, do not we bleed? He says, if you prick us with a needle, won't we bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? He says, if you tickle us, won't we laugh? If you tickle us with your fingers, won't we also burst out into laughter? If you poison us, do we not die? He says, in case you give us poison, will we not die because of that poison? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? And he says that if you do wrong to us, should not we take revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. He says, if we are just like the Christians in every way, in physical features, in our limbs, in our internal organs, having the same feelings, same emotions, if we resemble the Christians in that, won't we resemble you in this also? If a Jew wrong a Christian, he says that if a Jew does injustice to a Christian, what is his humility? Then what is the reaction of the Christian? What does he do? Revenge. He says, well, the Christian takes revenge from the Jew if the Jew does injustice to him. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by the Christian example? He says, in the same way, if a Christian does injustice to a Jew, then what should be the attitude of the Jew according to the example given by the Christian? Give me the answer. First he asks the question and then he gives the answer himself. Why revenge? He says, well, the Jew should also be taking revenge from the Christian, taught to him by the Christian example. The villainy you teach me. Villainy over here means the wicked behavior. So he says, the wicked behavior which you teach me, I will execute. I will carry it out. Now, wicked behavior over here means that when a Jew does injustice to a Christian, the Christian takes revenge from the Jew. So this is the wicked behavior you are teaching me. So I will learn it and I will carry it out. And it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. He says, it will be bad if I don't improve upon the lesson you have taught me. You have taught me to take revenge. I will improve upon it and I will take revenge in a much modified manner. Thank you. In the next video, I'll complete the line-wise paraphrasing of Act 3, Scene 1.